going on, everyone? You know what it is. MasterChef is starting right now. It's all about the walnuts. It's all about the churros. It's all about eliminations because, you know, that happens every episode. Let's go. Let's get it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I don't really think we can finger dance this one, y'all.
Rhavin will still try.
These are my mariachis.
Ooh, I want some chips and salsa.
Yeah, this is making me hungry. I've been eating all day. Yeah, just saying. Oh, but let's get this energy up. Ladies and gentlemen, MasterChef is happening. That's what's going down. MasterChef. And did I said MasterChef earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the show we're on. It's called MasterChef. Here we are.
I just wanted to say, because, you know, I flubbed it the first time.
That's true.
But it's been a long day. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into it because I'm here with y'all. And y'all deserve all of my love, especially my co-hosts as
all
well.
the energy.
So I'm your boy, Lem Gonsalves. And next to me, the lovely ladies, Frank is out. You know, he's doing his thing, his stuck thizzle.
We miss
you know
you,
what I'm
Frank.
saying? I don't, but they do. Anyway, but the ladies are here. The ladies are here. Rhavin is back. Rhavin McSweaney, what up?
Hey, Rhavin with the V in the building.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Ashley, there she goes, Chaney.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. Ashley, there she goes. What's up, y'all? Hey.
There goes my Chaney.
There goes my Chaney.
Oh, that's nice.
See, that's not all.
Oh,
That's
don't
not all.
sing to me, please.
Oh, we should have done it on beat to the
I know,
mariachi
right?
music.
I know. That
You
would be
probably
kind of
could do
hard
it.
to sing soulful. But there goes my Chaney.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. We got to do a show. All right. So, MasterChef, we're talking MasterChef. We do have a special segment a little bit later. We're going to bring that in just a moment. But we're going to talk about walnuts because, you know, they start off with the mystery box.
Mystery box
Challenge.
Mystery box challenge.
And it's all about the walnuts. I love how it's always dramatic, you know.
Yeah.
So it's either something living.
And then he said,
you
keep
know,
your fingers out of there. I
Right,
really
exactly.
thought something was moving.
Right? And they lift it up. My thing is, the people that had to put those walnuts in those boxes like that, that job must have sucked.
No,
Is there not a hole at the top?
No,
somewhere?
yeah. You fill them up, like you flip the box upside down, fill it up,
And then
put a board
something
over it,
and
flip it, and then pull it over.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
This is why
okay.
Lem
You thought
does
they were
not-
like scooping them in and then trying to like put the box on top. Good night.
Good night.
I told
day,
you
sir.
it was a long day.
Good day, sir.
Okay. Anyway, it still had to be done, right?
Yes,
Still had to be done.
it had
All
to
right.
be done.
So walnuts. So they had 45. How do you feel about walnuts, by the way?
They look
Love
like brains.
walnuts.
They do look like brains.
They do.
They do look like brains.
But whenever I eat them, I'm never just like cracking open a whole walnut and just plowing them down like
I don't think
peanuts.
anybody
First of all,
does.
who cracks them? And I know these guys didn't crack them either.
Yeah.
You know they didn't have them.
Oh
cracking
yeah,
their
they
own walnuts.
probably.
Those were
No,
show.
we didn't see them.
I thought I saw some people cracking walnuts. No,
that was for show. They had
Oh.
30 minutes. There's no way they're cracking
Cracking
walnuts.
all those walnuts.
There's no way.
Yeah.
But still, you don't eat them whole. Like,
don't- yeah.
That's all I was saying. But
Christmas.
I love them
Christmas
in
is the only
cookies.
time that you're
I
cracking
get
them
them. I don't. Yeah, I get them whole for Christmas in my stockings, but I never eat them. I get those and a few other nuts because I think they're good luck.
Good luck.
My-
nuts.
Robin gets some good luck nuts in her stocking.
Well, you know.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, we're all like, hang on.
Yay!
Oh, I was nervous.
Engineer's
I thought
on
that
it.
was my phone or
Engineer's on
something.
it. Right.
One more thing about walnuts. Do they
Chestnuts roasting. No.
leave?
Not walnuts.
Okay.
Do they
Chestnuts.
leave a film on your mouth? Every time I eat a walnut, I get that like.
There is like this bitter kind of.
You have to shell them all the way.
Right. Sometimes.
Yeah, there's
But
I feel like there's a
again,
film on them.
I
if
feel
you
like that fiber is good for regularity. You know, that shell's good for regularity.
is that what it you
But
feel?
that's why I feel like they're really good just mixed in stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
agreed.
there's nowhere that you just eat walnut. Like no one's like I'm eating walnuts.
people are,
Like no, you're not gonna buy a bag. Like you can't go to a convenience store and buy a bag of walnuts.
Oh yes,
Yes,
you
you
can.
can.
I don't think
What
you
are you
can.
talking about?
I don't
I've
think
done
you
it.
can.
Yes,
Like
for
a
sure
bag of
can.
walnuts?
Yes.
No,
I actually
they're
can.
not like
Think about it. When people
pistachios.
are
They're not.
cooking with them, they come in a bag. They
No,
don't-
but I'm saying, okay, listen to what I'm trying to get at.
You
in the
mean like
snack aisle,
packaged in
right?
the-
That's what I'm saying. In the snack aisle, when you have have peanuts and you have pistachios and you have all that kind of stuff. There's no
feel
bag
like
of
I've
walnut.
seen them.
I bet you, guarantee. Go to the gas station down
Well,
the street.
who's buying nuts from a gas station, first of all?
Come
Let's
on,
talk about
Lem.
that.
I'm saying when you're traveling and you go get chips and stuff and they have the little thing, don't test me. Anyway, I agree with you.
I mean,
I'm
if
trying to
you
agree
guys
with
are
you all.
listening or watching,
Yes.
please chime in so that we
I'm
can
trying to. There's
sit
no need to
Lem
chime in.
his seat.
No, there's no need to chime in. I know what I'm talking
You're
about.
right, and
Okay.
we're wrong?
What I'm no.
Don't
I
have me Google it.
Listen, I'm trying to agree with you all if
okay.
you don't understand it. You were saying that they're typically used in cooking. And I'm agreeing with you saying like, yes, because you don't just find a bag in the snack aisle of walnuts.
Yes, if you're on a road trip, you're not going to bust out your nutcracker and start cracking open some
Exactly.
shelled walnuts.
Exactly. Unless you're my mom
Lynn, we
and
feel
she
you.
eats weird stuff. And she will crack open walnuts and eat them like that. But just her.
So
get
back
Mama
to
Gonsalves
Lem's
on the
original
show.
question:
What?
Do you guys like walnuts?
Yes. Team nuts.
I like them.
Right.
I like candy walnuts in my salad. I like walnuts
like candy
in
walnuts.
my cookies. Like Mrs. Fields has
True.
some oatmeal raisin walnut cookies,
True
which are
that, true that.
amazing.
True that.
Just want to throw that out
Yeah,
there.
I'm about the walnuts in stuff.
Agreed.
I do like the walnuts in stuff. I'm
And
not
that's
mad
a
at
hot
them.
debate because
Yes.
there's people who are like, absolutely do not put walnuts in my brownie, and I think they're crazy. But,
Really?
Oh yeah, I like
But
them
yeah,
in the
people, there's
Oh,
like
that's
a very
dumb.
strong camp between no nuts and
Really?
nuts. Yes.
Oh, I feel like those people also don't like cute kittens. Like I feel like they're just mean
They're
people.
just they're
Yeah.
ice
Yeah.
box.
They're bad.
There's
Yeah,
an ice
they're
box
just-
where their
they're-
heart used to be.
Exactly. No
Okay.
heart, no lungs.
Got you.
That's it. Just hollowness.
Hollow.
So they had 45 minutes to make a dish with the walnuts, and so we see people obviously doing different things. I think this was a difficult thing because. And I think one of the judges mentioned it because it's a nut, like it's not a protein, right?
Right.
Where you can just kind of build around it. You have to really be creative as far as what you're going to make.
Right.
And just as I thought, I was like, okay, there's going to be a lot of sweet dishes, which there were. There were some savory, and I feel like the savory were the ones that were rewarded because if you notice
more
when they picked
challenging,
out,
yeah.
exactly, it's more challenging. And when they were chosen, the top 3, 2 of them were savory dishes.
Right.
Yes.
So we saw Ashley; she was going vegetarian. Some were going savory, some were going sweet, as I mentioned. Also, Ron was very he was very proactive as far as saying like, all of my people still here, just so you know.
Had to throw it out there.
Just throwing it out there. And I feel like that was a dig to Chef Ramsay because, Chef Ramsay's the man, right?
Of course.
And so, some of his people are already gone, so that he chose. So we see the people as 3 people are chosen. Bowen is one of the ones chosen. Bowen must be
Bow.
killing it because he also was, chosen to be the first person to be a captain, right? No, he was chosen to be one of the captains. He wasn't the winner, but he was one of the captains in the last challenge.
Does
he
not
was,
make a good captain, by the way.
it does not. He was chosen in the top 3 here. And we also see as we get further down, Cesar is gunning for him. So he must be doing his thing in the kitchen. But he makes pork, shrimp, walnut dumpling, which looked tasty, and I wanted to eat it.
It looks good.
It sounded different.
It does. That's
as
the thing.
heck.
Well, I'm thinking pork and shrimp, right? And I'm also thinking, this is in my mind, when he said pork shrimp, and I'm like, have you ever had the walnut shrimp with the candied walnuts?
like
that dish,
yeah.
Chinese,
No,
right?
I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking about that at
So
all.
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Honey
I like that
walnut
dish.
shrimp,
There you
yeah.
go, honey walnut shrimp.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you add the pork. Pork goes well with sweet stuff. Come on. So that's what I was thinking with the dumpling.
That's interesting. It's just that to me, it's not about the flavors. I thought that's an interesting texture because that's so soft. That the dough and the dumpling is so soft, and then
And then you
you
have
bite
the
into some
crunch.
crunchy. I feel like
I was
you would
curious
have to
see
chop
how
it up real fine.
small. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
curious to see how finely he chopped
He
it
chopped
up.
up it up.
Right, because they obviously tasted the texture of the walnut, so it wasn't that finely chopped.
Yeah, it looks good in that broth though. I would have. That's one I
It
would
did.
have wanted to eat.
It did. Samantha was also chosen. She made potato gnocchi with pesto, which also looked tasty. Do you like
It looked
looked
super
tasty.
simple. It looked real basic.
everything? I'm so hungry, guys. Everything looked tasty to me.
I thought her gnocchi looked like little gnocchi poops. Like they didn't. Look, they
Do you
look
know?
really-
Do you like eat gnocchi like on a regular?
Listen, if there's a pasta, I've eaten
I
it.
don't.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like gnocchi, but I don't. And yeah, I guess it looks more sort of like bean shaped, like a legume. But hers, I mean, it's hard to make pasta. She did it in 30 minutes, props. But
Exactly.
She wasn't feeling it.
To Rhavin's point, it just looked kind of really
really
bland
bland.
on the plating.
But it obviously
Yeah.
must have been really good.
Well, yeah, they were raving over it.
Yeah.
Cesar, as we mentioned before, he was the one that was
That looked
the sweet
bomb.
steak.
Yeah.
Okay, that did look good.
Yes.
I will say that. That looked good. Banana walnut pan dulce. That looked really good. And
Grated corn and citrus basil cream.
What did he make? What did he change up? What was the thing that he was asked about?
Instead of
Instead
sour.
of sour
Ye-
cream.
yes.
Which
yes.
is like, who knew you could take the water from corn,
Right.
and
Cream it.
use it and cream it, and use it instead of sour cream. He's like,
mind-boggling.
Like what? He's like, oh, one day I didn't have
Yeah.
sour cream, so I decided to make this random potion out of corn.
Yeah,
home.
that's
What?
crazy. And he said he's a teacher, and he said he does these private tastings.
Like he
Yeah.
does taco
Right,
tastings like
right.
during the summer, I think he said when he's
fun.
Right, and just come
When
to
he's off.
his little 1-bedroom apartment.
That corn situation reminded me of Christina Tosi, who is Tosi, who is the creator of Milk Bar, the cookie.
Oh, that
really
place
cookie
is- that place is bomb.
It's bomb, right? So she does this thing where she does this cereal milk that she cooks with, and it's like what put her on the map is this really famous pastry chef.
Uh-huh.
And it reminded me of that. I don't know where he got the idea, but like she would literally soak cereal milk and
Mm-hmm.
then strain it, and then she used that milk to cook with, and it has that flavor, that cereal milk flavor. A lot of people have now like copied that because she did this a couple years ago, so they've been doing it. I'm like, I wonder if that's how he makes his corn,
water
sitch.
stuff.
Yeah, reminded me of that.
Either way, it was good.
Touche.
So it was so good that he won. So shout out to Cesar who won.
Cesar.
Yes.
Hey, Cesar!
So he gets the
that's
opportunity
inappropriate.
to go to the pantry. And so we see the judges. I love these part of the show. Are they called vignettes? No, I'm not saying that right. What is it called when they segue? You're in production.
Yeah, so what you
Yeah.
getting at?
Never mind.
Thank you.
Never
That was
mind.
good.
Never mind.
I'm in production too.
Never
but
mind.
He didn't ask me
I'm
because
just-
he knew I was looking at him crazy like.
You know what?
Do you mean like what now? Do you mean?
He said, you know what?
Y'all like my defenses are down.
No, I wanted
Like-
to help you. I just had nothing. I was just like,
Okay. Anyway, I'll just leave it alone. They they segue where
Those moments.
he goes to the pantry, and so the judges come out, right? And so obviously, currently we're in, and I like how they kind of put that up because obviously this is not taped recently.
Oh, that soccer
some
thing.
months ago,
Oh my
but the
God.
World Cup. But they knew it was coming, and they knew it was going to be airing around the time of the World Cup. So shout out to them.
Heavy plug, Fox.
Right.
Heavy plug.
Heavy plug. Heavy.
come join us at Fox because we're about to have it popping.
We're popping for the World Cup. So they go back there, and the judges each come out in their country's uniform, soccer uniform. And they display street food from the different countries. So they had pizza frites.
Which
That looked really
bomb-ass.
good. I wish I would have been able to. I wish they would have broken it open and just let me see.
Yeah, eat on that.
Cheese.
Like if we break that down, it's fried pizza. Yeah, that basically means fried.
But
pizza.
is that
Pretty
not
much.
similar to calzone?
Calzone. Yeah.
No, because
calzone.
I think it would be like an
Calderon.
upscale like pizza pocket. That's how I view. No, like
You're
for
probably
real.
right, but-
for real. Like I'm just saying, like
Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
Is that-
Just let her
where's
sing.
that
It's so
from?
Pizza's
good.
on a bagel. You can have pizza anytime.
Oh,
No, that's not what you were talking about, but it made me think of that. You
Oh,
remember pizza
okay.
bagels?
Oh, I remember pizza bagel bites.
yeah.
Bagel bites. Okay.
Sorry, continue, Lem.
Yeah, I was not talking about bagel bites, but yeah,
all
good.
right.
Thanks for the song. So yeah, upscale pizza pockets. That was Joe. So we got churros from Ron, which also looks
Churros.
good. You guys ever go to Disneyland and get the churros there? They're
Churros.
pretty good. Pretty
Amazing.
I've been on
Yeah.
a churro kick lately. I can't
Have
wait
you?
to tell y'all about it. Yes.
good. Oh wow. Okay,
You
dope.
should be sharing it with us.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into the churros section. Just wait.
Everybody hang
And
on.
then I feel like Chef
keep
Ramsay,
my
like
feelings to myself.
he said he needs a burger for him, and I'm like,
That's
did he?
street food.
I was like,
But
that's
it was
kind
a
of
gourmet burger.
but
it's a gourmet
but
burger.
it's supposed to be a street, so it's a gourmet street
He
burger.
says
Exactly.
he smashes that thing right before he goes to a game. He
And
picks
what
it up
country? And what like he? Because it
Thank
was
you.
was it
Thank
what
you.
country was he representing?
Scotland.
Scotland. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like I just don't believe that you're cruising to a game and you're heavy. You're probably drinking something.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna smash a burger in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like who smashes a burger?
I don't know.
Apparently,
I don't know, but apparently he said that.
Messy.
So this is the point in time that we see in MasterChef where they get to choose basically what everyone else cooks, and then they're safe. So typically your goal is to kind of choose something that might be difficult for maybe particular people that you want eliminated. And so he ended up, do you think he was going to choose the churros? Do you think Because I felt like the
I
pizza
knew he
freaks
definitely
might
wasn't
be,
gonna pick the burger.
right. I feel like too
for
easy.
sure not gonna get picked.
Right. I thought it was gonna be pizza freaks.
I had a feeling it might have been the churros, just because
That's his heritage.
didn't they all say before he chose how difficult it was?
Did they?
Did I hear that?
They kind of talked up. Each one of the chefs kind of talked up like, "Oh, it's hard
Like
to master
it takes
blah, blah,
real.
blah."
Yeah,
right.
it's like
right.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They were talking about like ladies on the street. He was like the abuelas on the street have been like making their recipes for years.
It's taking years and
it's
years
like,
to master this. Yeah, that's what I heard. So I felt like they gave the level of difficulty for each.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like
Kind of to sell it, right.
yeah.
So he did choose the churros with the chocolate sauce. So I think that also added a layer too, because you had to make the chocolate sauce and the churros.
Which I've never had a churro with chocolate sauce. I've always just been a
haven't
straight up
either.
churro to me.
What'd you say?
That means we're missing. That means
We're not getting
missing
it
out.
correctly.
Yeah. I mean, I've had stuffed churros with chocolate sauce, and that
What was
is
inside?
kind of chocolate sauce. So it's chocolate
the
sauce
chocolate sauce was
stuffed in
inside.
the churro. So there's a spot by my house that is like a churro spot. Like they
You get
specialize
all different types.
all different types.
Okay, so I'm gonna
different
need you to the
flavors.
plug. Where? What is the name of this place?
It is. Oh, I can't think of it off the top because I'm sleepy. But I will have it to you by next week. I will tell you that. But yeah, and maybe we'll take a field trip because it's literally like not far from here. And it's a churro spot, and it's open late. And it's like you can get a churro ice cream sandwich where you take the churro, boom, and you get the stuffed churros.
They have that at Toca Madera as well.
Okay.
As dessert.
Word. But yeah, it's really good. I've been there a few times.
Yum.
It's very, very good.
I love it.
And we saw celebrity Lexi Lawless deliver the dish. He's an Hall of Fame soccer player, and they were plugging, of course, the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he, I guess, is going to be announcing on Fox during the World Cup or what have you. So again, heavy plug by Fox, but get your money.
You gotta do
that
it.
you got to do. And so this was an interesting twist. Cesar got to pick 10 whole people. I thought that was a lot. To be safe.
I couldn't believe
Yeah.
they gave him that many. I
Yeah,
thought it was
that's a
9.
lot. Yeah, no,
But
it was 10.
That's
10.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of
Oh,
people.
it left 9.
It left 9.
It left 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was 20 left, including him. So he got to pick 10 people, and so he was very smart because I feel like some people don't use that to their advantage. And so he's very smart because he said he was going to choose bakers and also people that were team players to be safe.
Right.
And then leave the other people down there. And his main target was Mr. Bowen,
Little Bow Wow.
who's been
Little Bow Bow.
Who's-
Little Bow Bow. Little Bow Bow. We're not.
I'm done.
Why's there to be Little Bow Bow?
Because it's his name.
Bowen.
It's part of his name.
Oh, okay. So you take the E and out.
Bowen.
Bow,
You
bow,
just
bow.
shorten it
Take
and
the
double
bow
it.
and
Shorten
off,
and
it
double
looks
it.
like
All right. So I think this is a good time to get into our special segment that is all about churros. So
Finding the best churros.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here in Southern California.
Churro spot, and I've been telling David that these are life-changing churros. That every churro that he's ever eaten in his entire life is a lie.
Put a little quick disclaimer. Everybody says the same shit every time they introduce a food to me, and usually it's shit. So your life is dependent on this.
Your life is good.
Do you guys recognize this spot? For any of you
No.
LA folks.
I need to find out though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're seeing some beautiful, that is how you cook churros. They look nice and
Oh, that color.
crispy on the outside. They're all uniform size. Oh, chocolate sauce. Chocolate sauce on top.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's like
Oh,
a
you gotta
head.
eat that with a fork.
Sweet cream.
Yeah.
That's some fancy churros.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the bite.
The verdict.
The verdict.
He's like,
You said this is the best churro in LA, and you said that the moment you had this, everything else was considered a lie. Don't set me up for disappointment.
Music. Heavens.
Oh, I heard
That's
that crisp
fucking
though.
good.
No!
I heard
Oh,
that.
that
Yeah, that's dope. That's
guys-
dope.
Not fair facts,
That's
is
dope.
it?
That's dope. What was that place? Did we catch the name? It was on there, but yeah, we need to check
It was
that out.
quick. We're gonna check it out and find the name for
Yeah.
you. And in the
Oh my
meantime, LA is like just ripe with some of the best foods all
man.
over,
The best little
especially
spots. Oh my
Mexican,
Gosh.
any kind of Mexican
Yes,
cuisine.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
I've been on a hunt for the perfect churro myself, y'all.
Have you?
Yes, and I have. This will be my next spot because Dude Man and I are about some churros.
Y'all
So
love
where do
that
you
joke.
like so far?
So we literally started. First, we went to the Santa Monica Pier
Okay.
to find. There's like the ladies, right? And they're like ladies pulling around little carts of churros. And we're like,
Oh.
those look legit.
Okay.
Because it's just in a cart, so they have to be.
Authentic.
That's
they
what
have
makes
to
it
be
legit.
authentic.
It's authentic right
It's in a
there.
cart.
And so $5 for like a little bag of churros, or
Uh-huh.
$4 maybe, and they were cold. They weren't like
What?
I wanted like some hot, you know.
Well,
yummy
yeah, if it was in a
churros.
cart,
Right
I
out
guess,
the
yeah, they
fryer.
weren't.
Yeah, but I thought, I don't know what I thought, but
Mm.
so that was a no.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
so don't get them from the Santa Monica Pier. It is
Okay.
a tourist trap.
Tourist trap.
Let's
Stay away
also-
from the carts.
Let's also talk about Costco. It does not disappoint.
They have churros?
Costco has churros, and I will
They
tell
do,
you
yeah.
that if you compare the Santa Monica Pier churro to the
Uh-huh.
Costco churro, Costco wins. Because at least it's hot.
It's
No, I
'cause
love
least
all
it's
their
hot.
food. I love their pizza, their hot dogs.
know. Yeah, because it's all those chemicals doing it
Some
right.
grunt.
And then
Yes.
we went all the way down to Long Beach and I guess Long Beach is like a tourist spot, which is weird for me because we live here. I don't think of like
Right.
Long Beach as like
Right.
a tourist spot, but it is. And so they have this like little kind of beach touristy boardwalk situation. And there's a place that was serving funnel cakes, and so we thought, oh, funnel cakes, fried fresh, it's got to be awesome. Big nope. Also didn't do it. Also didn't do it. I don't know if they didn't have the right cinnamon sugar. That was not crispy on the outside, soft on the middle, like they're saying. Didn't do
But
it.
funnel cakes is definitely different than, because I feel like churros are more crispy.
It is a different
Yeah,
thing,
it is
and maybe, and like they had the whole machine, and they were cutting the funnel cakes or the churros themselves. But
Right.
anyway, so we're 3 for 3 strikeouts. So we're gonna find the name of this spot here in a sec and
Yeah.
march our little tushies over to that place because
Right.
they look bomb.
Right.
Right. Street food is
Do
good.
we have a name for it, Steven?
We'll find him.
Yeah, give me 1 second
Okay.
here.
We're on it.
If you let us know, and then look when you find it. So it's churro time, and we see everyone starts making. That's left, of course, the 9, and Alicia, who I really liked up to this point. I really liked her. I liked what she was doing. I remember her story at the beginning. You know, she's a family woman or what have you. She was showboating a little bit,
She was.
and that kind of hurt her. Did we find it, Steven?
Yes, we did. Pardon me if I don't pronounce it correctly, but it's Churros Don Abao.
Ooh, Don
And they're on Facebook, and they got the
Los
Yelp.
East.
East Los
yeah, I was gonna
Angeles,
say it
East
looks
LA.
like East LA. Yeah, it looks like
corner
somewhere.
of Whittier
Oh, Whittier.
Boulevard? Whittier Boulevard and Eastmont.
Whittier
Yo.
Eastmont. Okay, nice.
That's right down the street from my job.
You gotta go and check this out.
I am. I'm going tomorrow.
Seriously, some of these food trucks, like celebs, will even be tweeting out
Yeah.
about, like I told you, Chrissy Teigen went in search of this taco truck.
Yeah.
Then it was on David Chang's show. We got some good food trucks.
Yeah. I'm about that,
that
life.
one- that
no,
one
I'm
looks like
checking
a-
that out
so
tomorrow.
when you go,
I'm gonna do a special report.
I need thank
Special
you.
report live.
Special report
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Live from the streets with Lem all
Live-
day, every day, exclusive.
You already know. So back to
tough
Alicia. She's showboating. And then we see Shanika. She adds some peanut butter to her sauce, which I thought might have killed her.
Yeah, I was a
I
little
thought
worried
was
about
gonna
that.
hurt. I was a little worried too, because my thing is,
Don't mess with it.
I wasn't worried about the sauce so much. I figured if your churros is on point, then like.
but I feel like, it's an elimination, and I think I feel you should go by the book as best as possible. I understand you want to kind of put your spin on it, but if it's something like, I could see if oh, I got this recipe I've been doing for 30 years and it's cracking.
Yeah.
Then do that because it's tried and true. But don't just be like, you know what? Everybody's doing chocolate. I'm gonna do chocolate and hazelnuts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't do that just to be doing that because I feel like it's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you're
not
not
a churro.
You're not a
Yeah.
professional. You know, these are all amateur cooks that
And
are trying
hazelnut.
to. I'm just saying, like, if it's not tried and true, don't do it. That's all I'm saying. So let's go down the line here. So we got Taylor was up first. Her chocolate broke, unfortunately, so her sauce.
Just making me nervous.
Right. Overall, she did good though. The churro itself was pretty good.
Do you think that it was, or were they just like, you're cute? I mean, seriously.
Well, Taylor's my crush. I mentioned this when you guys. I think it was me and Frank was here.
Clearly,
yeah,
when it was just the
obviously.
guys.
Yeah, just
I'm
the
like,
guys. Well, I mean, I have a crush every show,
And she's
so
it.
she's the crush.
She's
the
not
crush.
ugly. I'll give you that.
Yeah, she's super cute. But yeah, her chocolate broke. But overall, they said she did good, so I'm interested because I'm
course
sure
you-
she's
I'm
amazing
sure you would eat
with
her
her churro.
churros enthusiastically.
Absolutely. Bowen, man. See, this. I feel like this is. I'm gonna say it after in a minute, but I looked at Bowen's churros and I was like, he's out of here. Like those junk look like some mess because he double fried his dough and he was explaining that
in China,
right, and what he does with
did I get
something
so
similar, right. Something similar that he made that kind of is the same kind of dough like type of preparation. They double fry it.
Salty
right.
dough, they call it salty
Yeah,
dough.
they eat at breakfast or something like that. And Chef Ramsay did say it was his worst performance that he felt he did. I just saw those churros, and I think it was Aron maybe that ate it and said it's not as bad as it looked. So I guess it tasted better than it looked, but it looked terrible. Like it was just some blackness.
Tink.
He had blackened churros. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was just didn't look
But
good.
I did not want him to go home for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
I don't know. Shanika did not fry hers well, so there was some that were maybe a little raw,
doughy or
little
something.
doughy inside. And that had to do with something about the preparation of her
but
churros.
she
the
didn't.
eggs.
She
Is it
used
the
her
eggs?
hands
Right.
to hand blend the eggs.
Is that what it was?
Because she was all like, "I'm gonna whip it with my hands."
I don't remember them saying something about the sauce because she was the one that put the peanut butter. Did they say
They didn't. They weren't unpleased with it.
with
They
the
didn't
sauce?
seem to care too much about anybody's sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, they did. I mean, Taylor Serves was broken. The
Yeah.
chocolate
Well, that's
was
only
broken.
because it was.
But I think
Right.
they had to talk about something.
Something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
Julia does well. Junie made them small, so that was kind of the critique they gave. Matt did good. Alicia. So Alicia, hers were clumped with sugar and they were dry and crumbly, and they were saying it was a result of the showboating. So she didn't. I mean, she kind of was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, what do you think her motive was for doing that? Do you really think she was showboating, or do you think that she was just doing what she thought she needed to do to make a good dish?
I mean, showboating is showboating, but when you have confidence, and I've seen her with the amount of confidence she's had up until this point, and I didn't expect her to fall short. I didn't. Didn't.
Yeah, she's been pretty strong, especially for what we've seen so far. And I truly also think there's an element of her. She's only made churros once, and I bet you that's how she got
And
the
she
sugar on them at home.
Yeah,
like,
and
you
she's
know?
making them for those kids that
Yeah.
she's watching, so they love that sugar. Nobody's complaining
Yeah.
about that. Of
course.
But I think Chef Ramsay had a really good point when he said, you have to taste
Yes.
your own stuff. Do you think she tasted it and was like, this is cool? Or do you think she didn't taste it? Because she may have tasted it
And
was
then
like,
thought
this
it was
is good.
okay.
Yeah, so I don't. When he said that, I was just kind of like, well, how do you know she didn't taste
Was it said or was it mentioned anything about her making churros before? Did
She
that
had
come
made
up?
she
them
made
once
once.
before
Oh, she
for
made
her
them once.
husband and the kids, that
kids.
her daycare.
The daycare kids. Okay.
Which, like, in some ways, kids are the greatest critic to cook for because they will not sugarcoat your feelings.
Sure.
But in others, yeah, if you give them like a doughy, sugary anything,
It's gonna be all
it's going to
good.
be like, yeah.
And they're gonna be bouncing off the walls like, this is the best.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot that we don't see, with these shows because of the editing. But I feel like the reason why, in my opinion, I feel like the reason why they said she was showboating is the way she was doing it, by coating the sugar. It affected the churro, obviously.
But he also said when she was showboating, she was shaking something too hard. Do you remember?
It was breaking, yeah.
She was breaking. She
Right,
was
but what
messing
I'm
up.
saying is she was doing that thinking that was the thing to do. It's kind of like when I looked at it as like when people are chopping super fast,
Oh my God,
right?
yeah.
They're just like or whatever, and it's like it's not necessary to chop things that fine or you're just doing that because you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like with her, she's probably made other things like that, and that's how she puts the sugar and cinnamon on there. So it was like, oh, let me just do my little thug thizzle. And da-da-da-da-da. And all the while, her churros like, and just broke it up. And so,
Wait, her churros was like, what?
you saw it.
Yeah.
No,
That's gonna be, we're gonna meme
Come
that.
on, come on.
It did it
churros was
already.
like, what?
It did it
Do
already.
the
Just
hand.
boomerang it later. I'm not doing it again. I see what you're doing.
on.
No. So anyway,
He says she hurt the churros.
she did. She injured.
injured
The churros were all broken up. They were all toe up. So with sugar. So that was all bad.
She was kind of like calling to the gallery and stuff too, like, "No, I'm not going home today. Not today. We got, you know."
She was like, "Everyone's team. No one's left yet, and no one's about to go today."
She was very confident. She's been cooking very confidently. So I felt like she just had to be humbled. And it was basically going to be between her and Bowen. And I'll get to that in a second. The last person, Samantha, she, she was talking about losing her dad recently, and she wasn't confident. She was getting emotional, and so they kind of were just consoling her, and they said they taste better than they looked. And so I felt like because of what happened, I was like, she's not going to be in the bottom. So it ended up being Alicia and Bowen. And so I was like, okay, Bowen, it just looks so bad. And I just originally thought that Bowen was going to go home. But I feel that Bowen is such a strong competitor, and he's been doing so well. I think that it was easier for them to kill Alicia and make her go home, especially because they felt like she was, doing too much, than Bowen, who, in my opinion, based on the churros themselves, I feel like Bowen should have went home.
Based on the churros themselves, yeah, and that was like the point of the competition. And Chef Ramsay even looked up and he was like, just to reiterate, you put him down here for this specific reason, and you're about to send him home.
Right.
And like, I mean, I don't know kind of what happened there, because that was the whole point of,
but
sending him down. I mean, we're all rooting for Bowen, and I get it. I like Alicia too, though.
I'm not.
He kind of, there's parts of him that I'm kind of like, all right, chill out a little bit.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm just not into Bowen. Like,
But
feel
you've
like
never been into Bowen.
No, I haven't. And I just feel like he's doing well. I mean, I can't deny. I mean, obviously he's doing well. Like, he got chosen as a top 3 again. He did well the last week. So he's obviously doing well. And I feel like they didn't want to send him home that early. I felt like Alicia was a better candidate to send home at that time based on the two of them. But I think looking at the churros side by side, I mean, obviously didn't taste them, but just by the looks of them, I felt like it should have been Bowen all day. I mean, even when, I don't know who it was, but bit into the churro, it was like it was eating a cracker.
Yeah.
Like, it was just super loud crunch. Like, I felt like, dude, come on. But I felt like they gave him a pass.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
I don't know. But she was eliminated, unfortunately, so she goes home. Bowen stays. He's super happy. So the thing is now, does it backfire, on your boy, because on Cesar, obviously was the one that, voted him in. So do you think Bowen is going to retaliate?
He should.
Well, it wasn't like, to me, it didn't seem super fierce competition. Like, they're still pretty friendly with each other. Like, he understood.
No, but he was gunning for him. So, I mean,
it was
I don't think Bowen would have picked him. Like, if the tables were turned, I don't think Bowen would have done that. So now that Bowen knows Cesar is out for you, I hope that he kind of like knuckles up and like, okay, this is not a friendly competition.
No, it shouldn't be.
It's not a friendly competition. So Bowen,
it shouldn't be.
Get ready, stay ready.
I think everybody's against Bowen though, because they see him as the fiercest competitor. Well, yeah. So like, he's got to be watching out for everybody.
And that's what you're supposed to do. Speaking of fierce competition, Ashley, you have something to read us?
I sure do.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with fierce competition.
It has nothing to do with fierce competition, but it does have something to do with your friends here that are talking to you tonight on tonight's panel. Because here at AfterBuzz, we produce after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and basically every kind of TV that there is. There is no network that works harder to serve the fans than us. But now we really need your help. So we're asking you to please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. We have a couple. So besides helping us out a ton, here's what's in it for you. It caters to content that you already love, and it sends it directly to your little YouTube inbox area. And it brings you your favorite shows, like the one you're watching right now. And you don't have to go look for them. It brings it right to your homepage on YouTube. It suggests content from other channels or podcasts that might interest you, similar to this very show right here. So subscribing to our YouTube channels will also help you discover new shows that we're sure you're going to love. Since you're here with us, you're already tuned into the MasterChef After Show. You might also like some other shows that are featured right here on this channel, like the So You Think You Can Dance panel. Yeah. We've got all kinds of dance reality competition shows happening here. Also, the Hell's Kitchen.
Which is us again.
all the food stuff happening right here with this very panel right here, this hungry panel right here. So tune in for some of that good stuff too. And remember, we have other genres, not just for food and reality competition. So check those out as well. Please, please, please do us a solid and subscribe to at least one of our channels. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be. They're optional. So it's easy. Hit that subscribe button right now. Tell us what you liking on our show and other shows in the comments, and we love you. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Ooh,
Yeah, booyah. So, can we get some news and gossip music, please, Steven? Because I do have something to mention.
TV news.
Yes. So, speaking of Hell's Kitchen, we have a premiere date for Hell's Kitchen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, this panel also does Hell's Kitchen, and we love Hell's Kitchen.
We do.
So
Adore.
Also product of Mr. Chef Gordon Ramsay.
We love him so much. We say his name right every time.
You know what? Can I get through this, please?
No.
Anyway,
Nope.
Hell's Kitchen, the new season, 18th season of the show, will be premiering on September the 28th. September 28th, yes, for the 18th
day before
season.
my wedding.
Is it
Oh
really?
my God! So you'll be here.
Shoot. Robin will be here.
With bells.
Yes, exactly. So it's going down. So just wanted to put that out. I just saw that today, actually, that it was coming out in the fall. So it's
Awesome.
going
Shout out
down. Shout
to
out.
HK.
Shout
So
out.
that means that there will be no season untouched by Gordon Ramsay. We get
Basically.
him in the spring for
Oh, yeah.
MasterChef. We get him
Oh,
in
yeah.
the summer for To Hell and Back. We get him in the fall for Hell's Kitchen. And I know he's got something else going on there.
Oh
in the
yeah,
middle.
he's all up in there. Like he doesn't. I don't know how he. I mean, he's got like 5 kids, like
Does
and a
he?
wife. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I'm sure he's like bi-coastal because
Yeah,
he's not from
absolutely.
here.
But
So
those are his jobs.
that's what he's doing. I mean, he's doing his
Not
thing.
doing
He's doing his
anything but
stuff.
that,
Thizzle.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing out there making his bread and doing what he needs to do. So shout out to Chef Gordon Ramsay, and we'll be looking out for Hell's Kitchen right after MasterChef, pretty much. Boom! There it is. All right, predictions. Let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so we see that obviously they kind of go back and forth, but the next, episode deals with another challenge. They're cooking for a wedding. And so they're going to be split up in teams again. And of course, it's always drama when they're working in that type of situation. Who do we feel if anyone is at risk right now? Do we feel to go home at this point? Like, do we think anyone's failing? Might be out of there, emotionally breaking down? What are we thinking?
Shanika is on my radar.
Yeah?
Shanika?
Shanika.
Shanika. Mm-hmm.
She's on my radar. I don't know if she's going home next episode, but she's on my radar as like, ooh, watch out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have one
Interesting.
on my radar. I feel like, players slip up every once in a while. So
But I mean, that's true.
I'm hoping, sometimes you pick yourself back up and you come back harder than ever. Or I feel like by this next episode, I will know who cannot handle it. I'll have a better idea.
I don't think they're going to let Shanika.
Shanika.
Damn it. Shanika. I don't think they're going to let her go anywhere, though, because we need her for I feel like she's going to be our little sass.
She's full of
Yeah.
facial expressions.
Yeah.
I think
she
so.
just reminds me of
Yeah.
a spirit animal.
Yeah, I think you're right. They always like leaving the people that are super dramatic, even if though they don't win, but they always keep them, for the drama because the show does have that. I feel like there's some breakdowns happening with some people. I feel like Chelsea from last episode, she kind of broke down. She looked like when she had to do the pressure test, she was having a hard time mentally. She obviously didn't have to cook in this particular one. She was
Right.
saved. But I think going back to that again,
Just the
if she ends up on it
personality.
right. So I think that she's going to struggle. I think looking at just because of what happened, Samantha, the one that lost her dad recently, she got emotional. Who knows? Because this is hard on the spirit, right? This is hard emotionally. You're dealing with this. You want this really bad. Let's say you don't cook the dish like you want to, and it's just a lot of pressure.
Right.
So I feel like those two, just for me, based on what we've seen in the last 2 episodes, that might be, a problem for them if they don't do well in this challenge, because the pressure test is the pressure test.
Be interesting to see. Sometimes those same pressures can actually drive people, though. You never know.
It can. But I think Shanika is going to be here for a while.
Oh, yeah, she's not
I
going
think she's going to be here for a while. Her and that ponytail.
That Beyonce.
Yeah. Whip it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show. We want to thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. I made it. By the grace of God. My name is Lem Gonsalves, and you can find me everywhere at The Poet Saint. And you can check out my website, stayonthemic.com, to see what I'm up to. Rhavin McSweaney, where you at?
Rhavin with the V. Signing out. You can find me at B Stays Busy. That's Bizzy on all social media platforms.
Guys, thanks for tuning in this week. If you want to check back in with us next week, we'll be back to torture Lem a little bit more. If you want to talk with me about food or what you're watching on Netflix in the meantime, find me online at Ashley on Camera, pretty much everywhere on social. I want to talk to you.
Yeah, and Frank will unfortunately be back next week, so look out for him.
Rude.
But until then, we'll be back next week. Until then, peace.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.